Karina baby, today is May the 28th. So let's go to May in our book. I really love this book a lot because it just has every single day of the year. So we're going to read from A Year Full of Stories. And just so you know, I love you, baby. I love you and I miss you and I can't wait to see you. Alright, let's read from Hattie and Jake. Hattie and Jake were hunting, or rather, Hattie was hunting and Jake was hoping to share anything Hattie might catch. Hattie twitched her long whiskers and crept forward. She crouched, quivered, and pounced. "Got you," growled Hattie through the mouth full of mouse. "I wish I was a good mouser," thought Jake as he watched Hattie run off with her prize. Jake wandered into the kitchen. Sniff, sniff. Jake could smell something good. His owner, Jane, was peeling fruit, melons. Jake loved melon almost as much as mice, but he didn't have to hunt for it. Jane threw him a piece of rod, and Jake caught it in the mid-air. "Got you," purred Jake happily, chewing up the rind. Later, when Jake heard Hattie coming home, he ran and hid behind the kitchen door. Jake cowered and quivered and pounced, just like a real hunter. The two cats tumbled together in a furry ball, pretending to be fierce tigers, until Hattie held Jake's head firmly between his paws and began to wash his ears. Then the two friends purred and washed and purred themselves to sleep. Oh, tomorrow's gonna be Noah's Garden. Hattie and Jake was cute, right? Look at the kitties. They're so cute. Alright, Karina baby, let's read from Children's Lit. Let's see what's on for today in this book. The Walrus and the Carpenter. The Walrus and the Carpenter. The sun was shining on the sea, shining with his might. How did his very best to make the billows smooth and bright. And this was odd because it was the middle of the night. The moon was shining starkly because she thought the sun had got no business to be there. After the day was done, it was rude of him, she said, to come and spoil the fun. The sun was wet as wet could be. The sands were dry as dry. They could not see a cloud because no cloud was in the sky. No birds were flying overhead. There were no birds to fly. The Walrus and the Carpenter were walking close at hand. They wept like anything to see such qualities of sand. Such quantities of sand. In this there were only cleared away. They said it would be grand if 7 maids were 7 mops, swept in for half a year. Do you suppose, the Walrus said, that they could get it clear? I doubt it, said the Carpenter, and shed a bitter tear. "Oh, oysters, came and walk with us," the Walrus, and did beseech a pleasant walk, a pleasant talk, along the briny beach. "We cannot do with more than for to give a hand to each." The older oyster looked at him, but never a word he said. The oldest oyster winked his eyes and shook his heavy head, meaning to say he did not choose to leave the oyster bed. But 4 young oysters, burning up, all eager for the treat, their coats were bruised and their faces washed, Their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd, because they hadn't any feet. For other oysters followed them, and yet another 4, and thick and fast they came at last, and more and more and more, all hopping through the frothy waves and scrambling to the shore. The Walrus and the Carpenter walked on a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock conveniently low. And all the little oysters stood and waited in a row. The time has come, the Walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sailing wax, and cabbages and kings, and why the sun is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings. But wait a bit, the oysters cried, before we have our chat, for some of us are out of breath, and all of us are fat. No hurry, said the Carpenter. They thanked him much for that. Oh, you couldn't see the book. There you go. There's the oysters and the Carpenter, baby. Let's see. Oh, it goes on. Alright. A loaf of bread, the Walrus said. I want a chiefly need pepper and vinegar, because we are good indeed. Now, if you're ready, oysters dear, we can begin to feed. But not on us, the oysters cried, turning a little blue. After such kindness, that would be a dismal thing to do. The night is fine, the Walrus said. Do you admire the view? It was so kind of you to come, and you are very nice. The Carpenter said, nothing but cut us another slice. I wish you were not quite so deaf. I've had to ask you twice. It seems a shame, the Walrus says, to play them such a trick, after we've brought them out so far, and made them tart so quick. The Carpenter said, nothing but the butter's spread too thick. I weep for you, the Walrus said, I deeply sympathize. With sobs and tears he snort out those of the largest size, handing his pocket handkerchief before his beaming eyes. Oh, oysters, said the Carpenter, we've had a pleasant run. Shall we begin trotting home again? But answers come, they're none. And this was secretly odd, because they've eaten every one. Oh, they ate all the oysters. The Walrus and... Look how happy he looks. He looks happy. The Walrus looks happy. They ate all the oysters, baby. How about Humpty Dumpty? Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty in his place again. Alright. Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a beetle, for Tweedledum and Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle. Just then flew down a mysterious crow as black as tar broil, which fastened both the horses so they forgot their quarrel. Tomorrow will be Father William, baby. Alright. Let's see. I wanted to actually read you, because we used to have this book, Where the Wild Things Are. Remember this book? We used to have this book. There's a few books over there that we actually used to have. Where the Wild Things Are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. Look at him. What is he doing? He's putting the hammer in the wall with the nail. And another. Look at him going after that puppy. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max says, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. He was sent to bed. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Look at that forest growing. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. Look at him outside in the moonlight in the forest. And an ocean tumbling with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. Look at that, he's on a boat. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year, there where the wild things are. He's been there for almost a year, baby. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared the terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth. And rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with his magic trick. Look at him taming those wild things. Of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. Look at that. Max was the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumbus start. Look at that. The wild rumbus is gonna start. Can you imagine the drums and the screaming and them all dancing? There they go. They're still going on and on. There's Max. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely. He wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. He wanted to be where someone loved him. He wanted his mama. Here he is. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped onto his private boat and waved goodbye. Look at him waving goodbye. They tried to catch him and make him stay there, right? They wanted to make him stay. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day. Look at him sailing away. And into the night, a very own room where he left his supper waiting for him. Oh, and into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. His mama came back and gave him supper. Because she loves him. and it was still hot. Karina, baby. Mama loves you. I love you to pieces, baby. I really do. I really, 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 really love you, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you and hold you, take you anywhere you want to go. We're getting close. We're getting close. Alright? Mama loves you. Mama misses you. Can't wait to see you. Honestly, I can't wait to see you. Alright, let's sing a song. Wanna do... Since it's raining outside today, we sit and watch the rain as it falls from the sky, and we are glad to be inside where it is warm and dry. Oh yes, I do love the rain. It keeps the earth so clean. It helps the pretty flowers grow from the mountains to the streams. Karina, baby, Mama loves you. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I miss you. How about swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth and carry me home. Well, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming forth to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming forth and carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth and carry me home. Well, sometimes I'm up and sometimes I'm down, coming forth to carry me home. But still I feel my soul is heavenly bound, coming forth and carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth and carry me home. Now if you get there before I do, coming forth to carry me home. Tell all my friends I'll be coming there too, coming forth and carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth and carry me home. I'll be coming home, coming home, coming home to you, coming forth to carry me home. You know my word is good, you know my word is true, coming forth and carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth and carry me home. How about Lila Tove and good night to you? Lila Tove, may your dreams come true. We sing Lila Tove, may Israel protect you throughout the night until we reach the morning light. Karina, honey, today is May the 28th. You are 5 years, 1 month, and 18 days old today. And I miss you. I will always miss you when I don't have you on me. Alright? I've never wanted to leave your side. I always wanted to be there with you no matter what. I love you, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you, and I'll take you anywhere you want to go. I have tons of stuff for you. You have tons of toys, tons of clothes, tons of stuff here. I can't wait to see you. Mama misses you. Mama loves you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. Mama will always love you, baby. I love you so much.